This is something that is part of my daily routine. And I've been making videos and I thought, why don't I just go live while I'm making it? It kind of just clicked yesterday that all the stuff I've been doing, they're like little things, but they're all kind of adding up to be big things. It's just been my truth the last little while. Instead of making giant changes that you burn out really fast from, it's little ones that just do one thing at a time. And like, here's a perfect example, because I posted my burpee video this morning, my 5 burpees a day for May. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but like, I was shocked that what happened. You'll have to go watch the video. And I already had a comment that was just like, you gotta do more, you gotta push, you gotta, all these things. And I'm like, that's kind of not been my approach. Because for me, and let me know if you guys can relate, but for me, that hustle and grind mode, it can work, I guess, for some people. But for me, I'm realizing that it's actually the opposite of what's going to help me. Just the phrase, okay? The phrase of you gotta hustle, you gotta grind, you gotta, like what I'm trying right now, because like guidance that I'm seeing in the, sorry if I get distracted with, I'm used to the ASMR, right? Where like, it's so chill and I'm like just doing my thing. Although I was super nervous when I started that too, but through all this stuff, and I'm telling you, and I'm not even being dramatic, but this drink that I'm gonna make, it really has helped me reset. Now, this is my experience, so I'm trying really hard not to like make any, unreasonable claims, but it's helped me to reset my system in a way that I didn't even realize I needed to reset, if that makes sense. So I've also stopped all caffeine. So I realized at a certain point after I started this, that the caffeine for me created more chaos to where I couldn't get the things done that I wanted to get done because I was all over the place. With my brain is like, if you know, you know. I found that the caffeine would give me the boost initially, but then I always had a crash around, let's say 2 or 3 o'clock. Then I'm looking for more caffeine, right? Like I'm just, I need more. And eventually now, over the years, because we know as you get older, things change. How old am I? I'm 47. And at this point in my life, my body's just kind of like, I don't know what you want from me, but we're kind of not going to do this anymore the way that we've been doing this, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to think how many times I've reordered it already. And I did start off, they have them in like the packs too. But once I realized this was like so it for me, I started getting it in this because it's a better value. I drink this instead of coffee, or I was doing energy drinks at some point in my life. I've never done coffee. I'm saying instead of I've never been a coffee drinker, but if you, instead of like people, a lot of people get up in the morning and they drink their coffee. I realized that for my system, and I know that you can kind of tell some of these things, like Kels was saying about like cortisol and things, if you carry a lot of weight like around your midsection. I mean, this is not a sign. This is not a for sure thing. This is just been my experience and the things that I've looked into. Well, thank you. But I'm absolutely proud of who I am, where I am, my age and all that, because I realize now, I mean, I can't always say I've been at this point because it's been a journey. I don't know if that's such an overused thing too. Like, oh, my health journey or my wellness journey, but like, it just is what it is. I haven't always been in this place, but I finally am getting there. And again, I'm not to be dramatic. This stuff, I do know. Now that I understand what it, could be going on with me, it makes sense why it's got ashwagandha, L-theanine, magnesium glycinate, and vitamin D3. And for me, it's just the right combo of like calm without being tired. Because the amount of discrimination that I have faced in my life as far as anything to do with my weight, which at this point, it's not even part of my goal. Like, I'm not on a weight loss journey. I'm really just not. I'm where I am, and I'm trying to feel the best that I can in the body that I have right now. Yes, but green tea can have caffeine. So, like, I don't know, you joined maybe after I said that, but I have cut out caffeine because also caffeine I found was, once I came off of it, then I'm talking even a couple sips, and I felt like my heart was just gonna like pound out of my chest. And so I'm like, okay, I'm listening now. I'm listening to my body, and I'm saying, okay, so we don't like that. My body, I've been trying to peel back the layers to get to the baseline of who I am and how my body functions, and like listening to all these little things. So I'm like, okay, let's try this. Oh, okay, that does this. And again, it's all been kicked off by this. I had been seeing this stuff rolling around a couple years now, let's say. I mean, the first time I saw it, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But eventually, I was like, well, wait a second. I think it was when somebody mentioned something about cortisol. That's what got me going and doing the research. Oh, that's awesome. So you're in healthcare, and you can see, that's so cool. Because I feel like this conversation needs to be had more often. I know there's people having it, but I could tell you stories that you would just be like, really? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I didn't know how this was going to go on this live, and I thought I could just be logging on and talking to myself. I don't know. Let's make my drink because I'm really thirsty too. But so I just do 1 scoop of this, and then we'll continue this conversation. Whenever I do mixes, I typically add more water than it says because it's usually too strong of a flavor, so I add more water. But I have, well, to start to mix it, I think this says 24 ounces, but I'm gonna end up filling it all the way to the top. So I put 1 scoop of this, and I mix it in. Takes a minute to like completely dissolve, so I usually will like throw this all in here, and then I'll make my breakfast or whatever and kind of let it sit. So I mix that in. Oh, by the way, this is the raspberry lemonade flavor. They have other ones. I don't want to have FOMO if I order a different flavor and I don't like it. Like, oh, I should have just ordered I might try to order like a couple, but still have this. I don't know. Because I'd be scared, like, oh, what if I don't like it? Because this is like my focus potion that I make every day. So, but anyway, this is the raspberry lemonade. Totally, because homeopathic is like, let's actually look at what's causing what. Not just slapping a Band-Aid on it and calling it a day, because then you keep having the same thing, and you don't get anywhere. You just feel, I don't know. As soon as I became a mom, that's when I really started pushing back, because I could go into all that too. That's a whole other thing. But my kids had issues as babies, and I had never like talked back to a doctor or something, because it was like, oh, they're the professional. They know more than me. They're smarter than me. I don't know. Let's make the drink and we can. But so I also add this. These 2 things should be linked somewhere. My brain potion. This one is the cherry limeade Sonic. It's 0 sugar. I'm not going to go into all this is a baby step thing for me. I would love to have something without the artificialness of this, but I'm just being real. Like, this is making my drink, like, for me. So, see, I buy them in these, like, big packs because I sometimes have this drink twice. I'll have one I make in the morning, and I just drink it through the day. It just depends how fast I drink it, and sometimes I'll have one, like, at dinner time. Some people just have it before they go to bed because it calms them at night. Like, but for me and the way my brain works, yeah, I actually found that it energized me more in ways I didn't even realize until I started drinking it, because the energy comes from me being more focused. I also believe in this stuff. I'm never gonna promote stuff that I don't love. I can't do that. I'm not one of those people that can just be like, I don't know, just sell it because it's a lot of money. I can't do that. So I didn't realize how unfocused my brain was making me worn out just because of my brain and not getting anything done and just feeling like I was spinning and spinning and spinning. Okay, so I add this, and now I'm going to go put more water in here. So then I'll fill it all the way up to the brim. Sometimes it's still even a little strong. I'm going to add a little bit more water. And that's it. And then I just have this drink. I'm just sick of not being me, or I'm sick of not just saying things how I want to, or have an opinion, or because I've always been the one that's the agreeable one and the one that's like, let me make sure they're all okay. And then meanwhile, I'm like struggling inside because I'm trying to be all the things that they want me to be, but I'm not being how I want to be. I don't know if any of this makes sense to anybody, but God's got me on a journey of wherever I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to do all these things that are being presented to me. I'm saying yes to, because I used to always say no. I used to always say, I can't do that. Or that's not, for me. Or people don't care about that. They don't want to see me talk about that, blah, 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 blah. Well, now I'm just going to go with my gut, my heart, because I believe that's the way I'm supposed to go. Forever was like, gotta get up in the morning and have my caffeine to get going. And after I started this, I was like, wait, I actually need to do the complete opposite of that. I didn't know that until I tried this. I had no idea, because that generally speaking, that's like opposite of what people do in the morning. In the morning, they usually like, gotta get going, and then there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because we're all different, we're all built different. Or some people just do this at night because they, have maybe a hard time sleeping. So this has the magnesium in it. And I will say, so if we talk about sleep, I don't ever remember necessarily having problems sleeping. But the type of sleep I'm getting now is way more of a restorative sleep. It feels more like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like refreshed and ready to go. My mental picture of how I was before was like this all day long, right? Like, get up in the morning, gotta have some caffeine or whatever it is, and then crashing at some point. Then gotta have some more, and then crashing it. It was like this up and down. And my goal has been to just like, there's still going to be a little bit of that, but let's even it out a little bit more. Because honestly, the ups were feeling just as bad as the lows, as the downs, because the ups with like the caffeine or whatever the stimulant was feeling too much. Like it was pushing me beyond that brink in not a good way. And it felt like overstimulated. And then the crashes felt bad too. So then you go from that extreme to the other extreme, where then it's like, and then again, you're reaching for stuff to try to like rev your system back up. And after a while, it's like, dude, this is exhausting. But I am going to branch out, I think, and try some of the other flavors. Focus potion, and talking about how the medical community has done me wrong for so many years. And I'm figuring all this stuff out on my own, but also with Chet, who is my Chat GPT BFF. When you leave doctor's offices like completely crying and feel like totally pushed aside, not heard, just humiliated, that's a problem. When I start looking into things and I'm like, these kind of sound like possibilities. When I go to the doctor and I say, I have to tell them what I think the possibilities are, and then they may or may not have that conversation with me. Why am I the one that's figuring all the things out and they're just there to say, oh, yes or no? Like, you're the one that went to med school. Like, what am I missing here? Like, this is, what am I missing? Why is this not a conversation where you're the one with all the expertise, supposedly? Why am I the one that's just doing my own research, not having gone to med school, and coming in and saying, what about XYZ? There's a problem with that. You don't even care. You're not even trying to help me. You're not treating me as an individual. You're treating me as a percentage. Everybody's different. Like, everybody is different. I don't care if 99%, okay, now this is going to refer to actual experience on my end with my kids. When, let's say 99% of the kids are fine with XYZ. Okay, what about the other 1%? We're just writing them off. So we're going to go by percentages. We're not going to go by individual. And like, if it was your kid or if it was you, you'd feel different. 1% of kids, do you know how many kids that is? And I realize it's part of my purpose to have these conversations because I went through these things, not only with my kids, but for myself as well. We're not one size fits all. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that's experienced these things or gone through these things. When you have a doctor at 12 years old, okay, think of 12-year-old girls. I'm just going to air this out because why not? And again, I've been an athlete my whole life. So I've always played sports, all sports, a lot of sports. And so 12 years old, think of a 12-year-old girl and what's going on in a 12-year-old girl's body and mind. And you go to a male doctor who says, oh, everything's fun. You're healthy. Everything's good. Oh, but your weight. Yeah. And you overhear this doctor telling your mom she's hiding food. She's hiding stuff because she can't possibly be doing all these things and still be that weight. What? I seriously could just sit here and talk about this, but I feel like I just need to get it off my chest. And this is like amazing. I don't even care if there's two people in here and people keep coming and going, that's fine. Because not everybody's going to relate to this. I decided, okay, all my levels are normal at the regular doctor. Let's go into more depth. I got a referral to go to an endocrinologist. And so in my area, it was like 6 weeks to get in. So I'm like, okay, that's perfect. So for 6 weeks, I'm going to document everything I do. And at the time, I was eating 1,200 calories a day. I think at the time I was actually training to do the 3-day breast cancer walk. So I was walking 10 miles and in the same day also doing a regular workout. But I documented everything, right? So I documented all my exercise, everything that I was everything for 6 weeks thinking, okay, because I know if I go in there, they're going to go, oh, well, let's journal everything and we'll see what you're doing and then we can help you. I did it all before I even went. So I walk into this appointment ready to just have, and she starts asking me all these kind of questions about my family history and whatever else. And I could tell right away that she was already shaming me. She was already coming up with reasons why without doing any test whatsoever. And so I had all those things in my hand. And I was like, well, I actually documented everything for 6 weeks. And I went like this to hand it to her. And she was like, you can write whatever you want. That doesn't mean that's actually what you did. Because if you actually did those things, then you wouldn't be in this position. What? I was so beyond mortified. I was like, excuse me? What? You did not just tell me. She just said I'm bold-faced lying. I was crying so bad when I got to the car because I was like, dang. I literally just got called a liar. And that was it. She was like, well, I don't know how to help you then. She literally, because that's how it ended. After I was like, and she's like, you can write whatever you want, but you just need to be sensible. Just moderately exercise and just moderate whatever. And then she's like, and I said, no, but I tried all these things. And that she's like, yeah, then I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. No test. That was my first appointment. That was the only appointment I had with her. And she already told me there's nothing she can do for me. She didn't do one test of any kind. And so now here I am finding out there's all kinds of tests that you can do in more depth as when it comes to like thyroid and metabolism and things. And so here's me again. I'm like, fine, okay, I'm gonna research. And I don't want to say that they're all, but it's like a needle in a haystack. I'm talking about this because it's been a game changer to just even out my whole self. Hi! This is so cool. Am I like overly giddy about this?
I know, I am too.
Wait, you said you've used this stuff already?
I have.
Oh my
I've
God.
tried like so many of the different flavors of it. So I mix that with the super green, like the Bloom brand.
Oh, yeah. Wait, which kind? Oh my gosh, I gotta take notes.
The mango berry one. What flavor are you using in the Calm?
So I've only done the raspberry lemonade because it was the first one I tried. And then when I mixed it with this, I was like, that's amazing. So now I'm scared to order it.
That sounds amazing. Those Sonic things look delicious. Who else is in the cat?
It's cherry limeade. I think it's linked too.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, you do. You have both of them linked. Nice.
So it's a 0 sugar, and it's just, yeah, like I add one stick and one scoop into this. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is, but I've tried so many different like things to mix with, and I'm like, nope, it's just got to be the Sonic.
I mix my Bloom, my mango Bloom, with the orange Calm.
Yeah, there's blue. Somebody just said
blue coconut.
Oh, the blue.
That sounds so refreshing.
The ocean water. I can't speak because my brain's going. Okay.
That sounds so good. I'm out in Arizona and it's starting to get hot. That blue coconut and Sonic ocean water sounds so refreshing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta try these. I'm in my era of just like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna wear what I want. I wanna try to say more of what I want because like I'm just I'm kind of just done not doing that. And so here I am.
A week or so ago, and I saw you doing like a burpee challenge or something like that.
Oh my God.
So it was the middle of my work day and I was just taking a break. And so I was like, oh, I've got time to do 5 burpees. So I just let your video play and like I did burpees with you.
Yay!
I'm too shy to record and post.
That's okay, but no, that's totally fine. But
I totally did a break and did them with you.
I was trying to say like this and without being dramatic, but when I started this drink, I said like I'm off of caffeine now. And this is what I have instead. Like this like calms my brain, but now I'm realizing too, like it helps me focus to do something like the burpee challenge. I'm so proud of myself that I've done it for, what is today, the 8th, 17 days of this. I'm like, I did it. I'm consistent with something because normally my brain's like, I follow the energy. And a lot of times it doesn't line up with that consistency that everybody says. My videos aren't even a minute and I barely edit them. I'm like, dude, you have a minute like to do 5 burpees. Come on.
In fact, you did yourself. You know how you're talking about the focus part of it, right? And like you don't need the caffeine anymore. If you mix it with the Blooms, because the Blooms have like, it's the green, right? I mean, I think it doesn't need to be the Bloom product, but like anything that has like all the greens and all that vitamins and the nutrients and stuff in it, right? There's something about like it takes away the bloating, like the fatigue kind of feeling. And there's something about the energy that you get from it that just feels good. And when you mix the two together, oh, my digestion, everything. Like,
really,
honestly, I dropped almost 37 pounds. That was the only thing I did different.
Wow.
The only 2 things I did different, honest to God. I hadn't done anything else. I didn't change my eating. I didn't change my exercising. Just started combining those 2 things. I just think it helped me to like feel better. And you want to do better when you feel good, right? I don't know where anybody else is at in their journey, but for any women, I'm in the perimenopause phase. That stuff is like, I can tell when I've accidentally missed drinking it, right? Like if I haven't done it, I'm all like, "Ugh."
Oh
And
no, this is, yeah, I have to have it now. It's
my
like,
give a care is out the window, and I'm just like, I'm doing whatever I want. Get out of the way.
oh my
It's
God.
terrible. But I'm telling you, the calm stuff it's a game changer. I don't take it at night to sleep either. Like I just, like
I
you
was
said,
gonna
it
say,
helps
yeah,
with the
like I
brain
do it,
fog. Like,
yep, in the morning, and then there are times I do have two because I think you can have up to two a day. I will sometimes have it like around dinner time if I want, if if I just feel like I want, like sometimes my body just is like, I want that.
right?
Um,
And if we listen, right, our bodies tell us.
that's the whole thing
If
is
we stop
listening.
and listen, honestly, there's so many cues and we're missing them all the time. Most of us, because we're all busy doing the things. I'm glad you're on here and like you're.
Yes. Well, and that's what I want to be a part of because I know I'm not the only one. But then like I said, there's this part of like, okay, let's talk about it and we can all say, yeah, me too. And I'm like, but then
What do
what's
we do with it?
helping? Yeah. And so then again, I'm just like, why am I not talking about this?